Good morning, Kevin.
Hey, Earl. Always great to chat. Love our real estate and mortgage chats.
Absolutely, my friend. Another glorious Monday. Weather's great, not too hot, not too cold.
Beautiful day to buy a home.
Oh, yes, indeed. Absolutely.
And today, I think we're going to chat about some tips for younger home buyers, how to make that home purchase and dream a reality. But let's start with the market. What's going on out there?
Well, in the market, a lot of good news. Right now, and this news is for the Greater Hampton Roads area, which includes the 7 cities and some small outlying areas, not small outlying areas, but things not technically considered 7 cities, Isle of Wight County and Williamsburg. But the active number of listings as of today, from 2003's numbers, we're up 834 more active listings.
Wow, that's significant.
That's very significant. That means as a home buyer, you have some choices. You have the ability to shop around and do some things that you would like with a particular home. You don't have to just snatch and go kind of thing right now,
One of the biggest challenges buyers have faced was lack of inventory. There's nothing to see, nothing to even make offers on.
Absolutely. And when they did, they had to make a split decision. They couldn't go home and, talk about it with their spouse and mull over it, through the night during pillow talk type of situation. They had to just come up with whether they wanted to buy it, put in an offer, by the time they walked out of the house or not. As of right now, 2024, May, average days to sell are right around the same, right around 20. Well, right now in 2024, it's around 28 days. In 2023, it was around 25, but it's still early in the month. We're only about halfway there. So I'm looking for that to change closer. Listing price average was quite surprising. In 2023, the average listing price for the Greater Hampton Roads area was about $428,000. Here in 2024, it's up to $452,000. An increase of $24,000. So that goes to show that your property, your purchase in real estate is definitely increasing. Wherever or whoever's telling you that the market's going down, home prices are falling, it's not the truth. It's definitely not the truth. New listings, and this is April's data because it was the entire month. I wanted to do a complete information pull on that. But new listings in April of 2023, we had 2,141. In 2024, we had 2,420. That's an increase of 279 new listings to the market.
That's pretty sweet.
Yes, just in April alone. So we almost had 300 new listings come to the market in April alone by themselves. And last but not least, the number of sales actually increased 113 homes from 2023 April to 2024 April, climbing 1,739 from 1,626.
So there's more sales and more inventory. Certainly sounds like a less stressful and challenging market than we had 6 or 12 months ago.
Absolutely. And that's the whole thing about it too. And people really don't understand the interest rates are what the interest rates are. So, they're going to adjust over time as they always do. When or who knows when, nobody knows that. That's an unforeseen, detail, as we all know. But one thing is for sure, if you see this type of activity happening in the market right now with interest rates the way that they are, when interest rates dip, let's say into high fives, it's going to be a madhouse. I mean, that's the nature of the reality. It's going to be a madhouse. You're going to have everybody who's already in the market, plus their brother, sister, cousin who was thinking about getting in the market now wants action as well.
Yeah, real estate guru, Shark Tank pro Barbara Corcoran. She's predicting that if interest rates were to come down 1%, home prices would immediately jump 10%.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, bit of interest you might save, you're going to pay way more for a house. It's going to get back to crazy bidding wars. So it's a good time to make that choice and move forward. Rates really are kind of at average levels. We got so used to below average rates, some of it being practically free money. that when things are back to normalcy, it's a bit of a shock.
Mhm. Absolutely. And one thing people have to understand is that price is driven by supply and demand. So just like Kevin said, the supply is still low. It's up from what we've seen, in recent times, but the supply is still low. So once the perfect storm starts to evolve a little bit more, then you'll see more of an increase, in activity even further from what we're seeing today.
Yep. And a lot of this kind of leads into our topic for the day, the tips for younger home buyers. It can be a little daunting with these higher average prices, higher rates, higher payments. And there are some things a first-time buyer, a younger home buyer can do to get ready. And it's really stuff that we've always done for first-time buyers, and including when I was a first-time buyer myself.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, one of the first things is down payment. There are options. Explore them. A lot of people think down payment is the biggest hurdle to a home purchase, but there are programs with very low down payments. There's programs out there with no down payments. And here in Virginia, there's even grant funds through Virginia Housing for first-time buyers that they will grant you all but 1% of the purchase price to help make that home purchase more affordable. So chances are you don't need a big down payment to purchase a home. And now that there's a bit more inventory, you can get some seller pay closing costs. Earl and I were just talking about a customer that we have that has had 2 offers that were accepted or about to be accepted. One where the seller paid all of their closing costs. The other the seller paid most of the closing costs. So those options are out there again.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm finding sellers are a lot more willing to work with the buyers, nowadays, especially when they're getting full offer price, with some of those additional closing costs, things of that nature.
Yeah. Tip number 2, live with your loved ones to help boost your savings. So a lot of Gen Z buyers are ditching their rentals and moving back in with friends, family, moving back in with mom and dad to help build their savings. So a lot of folks are just saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to live rent free for a while. I'm going to bank this money. It's a great way to save. And it looks really good on your mortgage application when you've been consistently saving, putting that money away. Plus, it's good practice for the mortgage payment. We always tell first-time buyers, if you want a mortgage payment of $2,000 a month, live with mom and dad, put away that $2,000 a month in savings, and goodness gracious, you're going to rack up savings quickly, but you're also going to get accustomed to making that payment. So we always say that's a great way to prepare for being a homeowner and for having that monthly mortgage payment.
Absolutely. It's brilliant. It's the same thing I preach to my kids right now. Stay home as long as you can, develop the system and things that you want so that when you move out, you're able to purchase your home. It doesn't have to be the forever home, but you're able to purchase a home that could possibly be an investment for you at a young age when you choose to take the next step up.
Of course, our youngest is 18, graduating high school this year. And now that we're here, we don't have the mindset of stay as long as you want. It's like, all right, when are you getting out of this house?
I get it, man. I get it. I do. I get it. I definitely get it. Yeah, like I said, a lot of parents are the same way, like, hey, okay, it's still your time to make your move, this, that, or the third. I totally understand. I do.
There's always the Army.
Yeah. Right. There's always tons of other options, ways to go. So, like Kevin was saying, as we're bringing, talking about in regards to first-time home buyers or younger home buyers, one of the things that they want to keep in mind as well is to cast a broad net when you're looking for your home. So what that means in Spectrum is you want to take a look at all types of homes: condos, townhomes, single-family homes. You want to look at homes in different areas, whether it's city, suburbs, possibly outside in the rural areas, where you can take advantage of the USDA loan situation where they that's 100% now, right, Kev? the USDA
Yep,
loans.
sure is. No down payment required.
No down payment required. You can live just a few hops and a skip. That's in technical terms about 5 or 10 miles outside of the city, and still commute in, fairly well. So
Exactly.
you want to keep those options open. So just kind of keep your options open in those regard, so you can see what's available to you in the broad spectrum, and you're not so laser focused in on one particular thing. And number 4, one of the things that we talk about is you want to take a close look for our younger home buyers or home buyers in general. You want to take a close look into your wants or your needs. It'll be nice to want a house with a pool, when you have, when you're starting out, but it's not something that you need. It'll be nice to have 3 to 4 bedrooms, but if it's only you and say your spouse, and the dog, you don't need 3 or 4 bedrooms. And you have to think about it like this too. This is not your forever home. Generally, the first home that you buy is a home that you outgrow within about 7 years or so. So you're going to eventually, grow your family. You're going to eventually decide to move to a different area. And, in doing that, you don't have to make one decision be all in that first decision that you make to be a homeowner.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just reading an article this weekend talking about a great way to build wealth in real estate is buy that home that's maybe a little bit less than perfect, live in it 2 years, work on it, fix it up, make it great, then sell it. If you live in the home for 2 years, you don't have to pay capital gains tax up to certain levels. Like if you make less than $200 and some thousand on selling the house.
Right.
So it's a great opportunity to grow and build your wealth, build equity, and avoid paying taxes on that income.
Absolutely. That's, and that's something, like I said, it goes back to what I was telling my kids as well. If you decide to purchase, let's say, a duplex, you lived in one half and rented the other, stay there for about 2 years, and then either, like Kevin said, you can sell, take the overall money and walk away, or you can continue, or you can rent out your old unit and move it to something different, which turns into an instant income stream and also help boost your overall net worth.
Yeah, man. Sounds cool. Well, hey, buying a home for younger folks and first-time buyers is very attainable if you're smart about it. And there's a free class. Virginia Housing, who does the first-time home buyer programs here in Virginia, they have a free home ownership education class. I always tell folks it's kind of boring, it's kind of tedious, but it's really great information. You can do it in person or online. Most people do it online, but it's really good info on getting ready for the home purchase process, talking about mortgages, working with your realtor, getting your credit ready, getting your savings ready. Should I get a home inspection? What's owner's title insurance? How do you spell FHA? Like, what is that all about? So it's really good information. It's completely free.
Yeah, and that's like I don't know if the word's right, double entendre of type of help that you receive as a first-time home buyer, or not just a first-time home buyer, but a home buyer in general, because you get that benefit of using the VHDA system, but you also get the help of a professional lender like Kevin, a professional realtor like myself, and we provide tons of free information as well via strategy sessions with us on top of that program. So it's not something that'll cost you anything, but you'll gain a wealth of knowledge all around.
Yep. Sounds cool. Well, hey, always fun having our talks and discussions, and hopefully we put out some helpful information. If anybody needs to know on mortgages, you can check me out at loanswithkevin.com. And Earl, how do they find you?
They can reach me at 757-871-4167 or at my website, earl@belltowerteam.com.
Sweet. Until next week.
Have a good one. Thanks, bud.